In light of the Washington mudslide and Utah's recent wet weather, we asked local geology experts whether the same kind of thing could happen in northern Utah. The area has had them before.
Fox 13's Annie Cutler is on the Bountiful bench tonight. Annie.
Good evening, Hope and Bob. You know, with Utah's relatively dry climate, mudslides and landslides are not the natural disasters that first come to mind, but according to local geologists, there are hundreds of potentially high hazard landslide areas, and many of them not far from where we are tonight, and those are the hillside developments of northern Utah.
Even though we're a desert state, we do have landslides.
And now is the time we typically see landslides happen.
Generally, we see landslides moving in northern Utah anywhere between about the 1st of March on through about the 1st of May or even late May.
Geology experts like Rich Giraud say high water years typically increase the chances of a major landslide, so not very likely this spring and summer. But if we see a water year with just a couple inches above normal in the valley, a significant landslide would not be out of the question.
We do have areas that we do produce landslides, especially springtime type of landslides, and a lot of that's just dependent upon the fact that we have some weak soils, we have steep slopes, and we have infrastructure that's built in and around those. There's problems and they can be at risk.
According to the Utah Geological Survey, there are 37 to 358 areas they deem prone to potential large-scale landslides in the state. And in northern Utah, the red shows the high-risk areas from Weber to Utah counties. Charlene Tanner lives in North Salt Lake, where dozens of homes have been demolished due to slides over the past 15 years. And the worry of a big slide is always at the back of her mind.
We've all seen what can happen. The force of Mother Nature is unbelievable.
North Salt Lake Assistant City Manager Ken Leatham says they've conducted soil tests and have safety ordinances in place to lower the risk for residents in slide-prone areas.
If we have proposed development in areas that are not suitable for development, we have the tools in place today to say no to that development. Most of our hillside development, probably 2/3 of our development is fairly recent. That is within the last 12 to 15 years, and we're pretty confident that we have that we've had good soils testing practices in place for that time.
So if you are looking to purchase a home or possibly build on existing property, experts say the best thing to do is to access slide histories for a particular area on the Utah Geological Survey website, and we'll link you on fox13now.com. Another tip for people might be to check with their local city that they're planning on moving to test records as well. Reporting live in Bountiful, Annie Cutler, Fox 13 Now, Utah.
Annie, before we let you go, we have seen massive landslides in Utah before, like the one in Washington.
Yeah, absolutely, Bob. You know, in 1982 and 1983, that was a very high and heavy water year for Utah. So many parts of northern Utah saw several landslides, and I wasn't here at the time, but I was told State Street literally turned into a river there. And then that spring of '83 is when we had the big Thistle slide, and so far that is still the most costly landslide in North America. But again, we'll have to see what happens in Washington.
Yeah, quite a history here in Utah as well. Annie, thank you so much.
Sure.